All right, so the importance of the guarantee. Here's the guarantee. First thing to remember is, yes, rarely do they get redeemed, but number two, the guarantee will reinforce your USP. So am I spelling that right? Reinforces the USP. Number two is, I find this to be really the kicker, is you get to write it. Nobody else is writing it. The marketplace isn't writing it. You get to write it. You get to say, well, here's what I'm willing to put on the line to write it. Okay, that's number two. And then inside of this, just know that to make it meaningful, oh, by the way, yes, the guarantee needs to be meaningful. If it's a little trite thing, then it's like, forget it.
So if a restaurant blows your meal, you don't like give them a dessert or a free iced tea. Most cases, what they'll do is they'll reimburse your meal.
They'll comp your meal. So I'm not going to name the restaurant. But this is a real situation that happened to me probably now quite a few years ago, but it's just so memorable about great customer service. So I'm at this restaurant with my family, and my kids were, young at the time, and so we're at the table, and I ordered a soup right before the formal meal, and so they brought the soup, and I take like my first spoonful, and dragging along the first spoonful is a long strand. Now take a look at this noggin here. This noggin, it's not a long strand, is it? No, a long strand of dark hair. And I pull it off my spoon, and I'm just kind of holding it there. And I'm going, now, look, two things, short, like almost gone, and gray. Not long, curly, and dark. So I call over the waiter and I said, hey, look, I don't want to make a scene or anything, but can I kind of like start over here? You won't believe what the waiter said to me. He says, how do you know it's not yours? And I'm like, what? I'm like pointing to my head. And I said, okay, let's just stop here. I don't want to get into a big argument. Can you just replace this bowl of soup? And I'd like to talk to your manager. The manager came over, and I'm still hanging. He didn't even take my damn strand of hair. He just, it's still sitting here drying, curling up a little bit. And then the manager comes by and I said, you see this? Your waiter just accused me that it's mine. And it was in my soup. He says, sir, I'm really so sorry. He says, I'm not only going to just comp you, I'm going to comp your whole table. And now I'm feeling guilty. But, it isn't a stated guarantee. But the fact is, how does that make you feel?
Right.
Would you go back to that restaurant?
And especially if that was your first time there, that's to be your first impression.
I'm asking you the question, would you go back to that restaurant if you were compensated, if you felt good about how the restaurant handled that situation? Yep, absolutely I would. There is study after study that talks about this. Companies who are really good, that's a phone ringing in my background, so I apologize. There's a study after study that those companies who take care of complaints, quality control and complaint things really quickly and effectively, they actually build more loyalty with their clients than companies that don't, obviously. But it's like, okay, look, am I going to hit it out of the ballpark 98% of the time? No. But when I don't, I'm going to take care of things very effectively.
And that's also important with social media. A lot of people say with these posting reviews, If you get a good review, say thank you. If you get a bad review, reply to it as well in a positive manner and in a public manner. And then also take that offline to go through the process of compensating them or bringing them back into your company.
Okay, a couple of other things when you're thinking about developing a guarantee, and it kind of comes back to this. You get to write it. You get to put the language together. And there's two important points about that. And that is to say, there's always, if this happens, then that's what we're going to do. Okay, it's a if this then that, and be specific and don't run away. Be bold. Be bold. If you make it extremely recognizably inconsequential, then it's a yawner. People are going to go, well, what kind of guarantee is that, right? So those are the keys.